Hey guys, it's me and I'm gonna start the first tutorial with how to make a YouTube video. Like YouTube 101. These days I use a completely different rig to the rig I'm gonna show you today, but I figured that I would let you know how you can get started if you want to just do something basic and good quality. I'm gonna take you through the Yeti mic by Blue, and it is my go-to mic for still a lot of the things I do today, like my stage at shows or if I'm traveling or on the move. The Yeti mic is a USB, plug it in, sing your heart out, play your heart out kind of mic. It's so easy to use. It's got a lot of different features which you can see on the box. They're just like, this is pretty much it. I'm gonna show you how it works, its features, and how it sounds and how to set it up. The first thing you're gonna notice about it is that it is a very solid microphone. I've dropped mine a couple of times and it's still alive. It hasn't got very many bells and whistles, which makes it a really good starting mic for a beginner. It's got your main volume, your master volume control, so for your headphones, the volume in your headphones. Then it's got the mute button right above it. When mute is engaged, it flashes red, and when it's disengaged, it's just static red. The back of the microphone, also very easy. You've got the gain knob right here. The gain is how loud the microphone is capturing your voice, like how sensitive in a way. And this last knob right here is the pattern selection. So the special thing about the Yeti for me, which is why I bought it over my first microphone, which was the Blue Snowball. That was my first ever USB microphone. The special thing is that it's a pattern microphone. Inside here, there's like 3 capsules. So it's basically 3 microphones in one microphone. What you do to change those settings and engage certain capsules is you change the pattern, which basically changes which ones are on. So the first pattern is stereo. It looks like the infinity sign, and that's how I remember it. If you're in stereo, this side is engaged and this side is engaged. That's good if you want to like do harmonies with a bandmate or something and you both want to sing on the same microphone. It's capturing my vocal from this side and it's capturing whoever else I'm with vocals on that side. The next pattern is the just circle, and that is called OMNI. You don't have to worry about the names too much, but just try and remember what they do. I go more by the shapes. OMNI is a circle, so that makes me think of all of the microphone being on. So it captures all of the room. That might not be very good if you want to do a YouTube video and not capture the dog barking or the car going by. OMNI's more for like if you have a lot of people that you want to capture, or a crowd recording, or a conference call, things like that. The third setting is the CARDIOID setting, and that is the one I use. That is the money to make a YouTube video with. It turns off all the back of the microphone and only allows only picks up the vocal from the front. So that's really good. I just put my mic down, I get my guitar, and I sing, and I know that it's just capturing here, and everything else is blocked out. That's the best one in my opinion for recording a YouTube video. Just me and my guitar. The last setting is the bi-directional setting. I never use this setting, but it's good for people who are picking up this microphone as a basic microphone to start podcasts or interview series, because the bi-directional picks up sound in front and behind the mic. So if you've got somebody sitting behind in front of you, your voices are going to be picked up equally. I'm going to talk to you 1 second about the bottom of this microphone. This right here is the thread. I can unmount it from its current stand and put it on a mic stand. This is the mini USB jack that the cable goes into, and then the USB goes into your computer, so that just goes in there. Headphones jack, basically. Very simple. There is a series of the Yeti called the Yeti Pro, which is kind of a step up from this one, and that one has an XLR input on the bottom, which is basically to actually put in a mic cable, like a proper microphone cable, and hook it up through a sound card, but that's all very complex. This is all you need to get started. So I'm ready to set up the Yeti in GarageBand. I've got my headphones with me because you're gonna need headphones to plug into the Yeti so you can hear what you're doing and so that you can hear what you recorded. I'm gonna take you through it step by step because that's how I would have liked somebody to do it for me. So new project, voice, It's gonna ask you to name the song. I'm gonna say Anna Free tutorial. And I'm gonna replace it. I had one previously called that. And it's gonna open this blank session kind of with its standardized preparations. Down here in this little right hand corner, it says input source. That's the input source for your vocals, like what microphone you're using. And if you look carefully, it will say, if you have nothing connected, built-in microphone. So it's gonna be using the microphone on your computer. So what you do, you get your USB and you plug it in. And then magic should happen and GarageBand will be like, ooh, I found a microphone. It's the Yeti. Do you want to use it? And you say, yes. When you say yes, it should change your input source and it should say Yeti stereo microphone. Yay. Okay, so that's a positive sign if that happens. I'm going to put my headphones right here in the little jack in the bottom of the Yeti. Now I know that the microphone is working because, very important, here on the left hand side on whatever track you've selected that you've clicked on, right, to record on, you should see a little meter that moves. It's green and it's like, I can hear you when you're talking, so you know that it's on, it's working. You can even tap the microphone to check it. One very important thing about this meter is that it does not hit the red zone. And you can see what I mean by tapping really hard. You'll see that it goes from green to yellow to red, green, and that you do not want it to do that. That's called peaking. You don't want it to peak. It's gonna sound distorted. Your voice is too loud for the recording. So you don't want it to ever peak. You need to be careful about that. That's the one kind of little thing that you're gonna have to look at when you're recording with any microphone. It happens with the built-in one too. It's not just the Yeti. So right now at this point I have my gain randomly set to half. I don't usually record more than halfway on the gain. I just find that I have a loud voice. If I put my headphones on, okay, which I'm gonna do, I should be able to hear myself. Ha! Toot toot. No, okay, I can't hear myself. Why? Because underneath the input source is what's called the monitor. And the monitor is basically the service of the program that lets you hear yourself. And that's set to off. Set it to on and now I can hear myself. Now we're on and now I can like do some testing. Like right here I can tell that I'm peaking. I can hear it, that I'm distorted in my headphones. So I want to move back. And if you're obsessed with recording like right here, you have to turn down your gain, okay? Because you can't record here with, you know, with the same intensity as recording here. So you're just gonna have to fiddle around with your distance and the gain to get it right. And then to test it, you sing as loud as you're gonna sing in your song and you make sure that it's not hitting the red here. And then you're good to go. So it's really, really simple. You're an electrical storm blowing up my mind, got my fuse rewired. You're... Okay, so I'm singing like that at this distance. I'm not peaking, so I'm okay. So I think but with a guitar, you'd have to check that because that's like double the sound. When you're ready to go, you press this little red button here. I think you can also press R, yeah, on the keyboard. You're an electrical storm blowing up my mind, got my fuse rewired. You're an electrical storm. What you're hearing me talking now is to the camera's microphone. So I'm gonna put that in the video so you guys can tell the difference, what the Yeti sounds like. That's it. Like there's really nothing else to it. Then you can put any of the effects you want down here in GarageBand. Play around. Like that's how I learned to do this stuff. That's how I learned what I liked, what I didn't like. That is my review and tutorial on the Blue Yeti microphone. Now obviously YouTube video has video, not just audio. So I often just use my iPhone. I just grab my iPhone, I put the front camera on if I'm alone, and I focus, and I press record, and then I press record, and then I sync them up later on either like iMovie or Final Cut Pro, whatever you guys are using. This is definitely the microphone I recommend. It's given me a lot of years of service. This microphone costs about $149. That's what it retails for. The version that has the XLR input on the bottom, the Yeti Pro, that retails for about $249. It's great for travel. You just flip it down, you pack it up, it weighs in at about, I think, 3 pounds. And yeah, record with it. It's a great quality mic. It's what I first started using. Enjoy it. enjoy this microphone. It's a great microphone. I love it.
You're an electrical storm, blowing up my mind, got my fuse rewired. You're an electrical storm.